Kelvin Taylor babo ntia be video bi na ne nkoma odi no wase wo pem so akoka se asem na asie no ewo Obuasi no according to Kelvin Taylor o say opem so ese asem we de o condemn na ohun ni se a change of power enti na amankofo no yesa na Kelvin Taylor se wo ka nokore e de kire nkofo binumu no nenka me hwehwe se Kelvin Taylor be bo full video because opem so onya hoho ewo Manhyia omo video omo video ni nyina to online etika asem wa Kelvin Taylor e ka no na me twen se nko be bo video na opem so nkofo ne ba ne ntia opem so ka kire omo se wonde ohun ni se ade no political na omo change power na nkofo bi aba na hwan wambo video no na ode joy news for ade omo de ato hoyi ekoto ni page na obobo na adwene afan na asem a wo kan mema na evidence kire se nkofo na omo koye sa ade no ewo Obuasi ho no omo ankasa baabonten agye atumu se omo ye NDC fo omo ankasa a omo akire baabi fufuro omo san akwa biem mebo omo num asema mu watie na yentie Kelvin Taylor adekonti ame Kelvin Taylor asema ni say won say okasa ekọ TV so straight o em say Metro TV ana ya bisa eti nkofo mebre etie ni nsem a wokapa eti say obi etie Kelvin Taylor asem wo kan wa mfa evidence of the nana anaso opem so pia nana e kan ye na say o tumfutu agu nkofo ani ama akwaya bibi ti say opem so aka bibi a ehu bi a ember system no so
I'm very disappointed in the statement from Otumfuo.
Statement no way.
I am very disappointed.
Statement no way.
I am very, very disappointed. Because
one Gabo video.
Obiani Walker said this action by the military or the men who went there, it was because of change in government.
Okay. Kelvin Taylor said be a change of government then made a mentable for Inti Akwawi.
I was for the Mobi action. No class and we had to be a way. Two, you can't say NBC Aba. Kela bi ansa na aba power. Nto beso di like oya adwuma. Masa. Onya abotran nke na bebo wo.
What is statement na o make here? Mebo video na manasi munya abotre. Obekire ba bi wo mo san ekobiem akodi nsamane.
I'm very disappointed in the statement from Otumfuo. I am very disappointed. I am very, very disappointed. Because Obiani Walker said this action by the military or the men who went there, it was because of change in government. There's been no official statement from anywhere. Say advice science and Amrantiano echo say Omoko Anglo Ashanti site. So far until Otumfuo gives me proof.
Who proof of Otumfuo? I always do how you know with you. Na me kwa more proof no Otumfuo. Who proof of Otumfuo? Hey, ya branti o ya guy. Until you get the proof from Otumfuo. Who proof of Otumfuo? Whoa.
For to politicize this matter. I am very disappointed in Manhyia.
I'll call you
because as some say about it is not because of power that changed. It is an issue Asia nipa bi ekunipa sebio nipa so ebo mutoi and come here this show free Manhyia. I don't think say sebio can Manhyia beka asem okan no e the politics abefrafra.
This year be be free Manhyia.
No mko say omko akobie anglogo.
This year be be free Manhyia tam ayi because this kan so okwa net akwa meeting. What's a okay, what said the do matemu? What did you was for natem? What got to more? This year Ben woman you bet time second. Any a so meeting or be plot so. No chaneta would ma kwa that white channel. This year Ben the best answer.
No, they were wearing NDC or MPP colors. These are young men who live in Obuasi. 84 to attribute this to a change of government. And then I believe, say, with all due respect, Otumfuo said to Ankasaye, there's some kind of hypocrisy in Otumfuo said to statements. Because if you want to look at the case critically or look at the issue critically, the issue here is.
I was a Ghana or no. The moment I was watching him, no one saw Kenyans as a move. It was a son of media. We hear Captain Smart and Kofu by JB. I was what him. ti kan betina ha no Kelvin Taylor e da Kelvin Taylor o ka sai ti me share na me share din na ma hwe ni pa na ma onzo yesa na Ghana for ni age o video ho mu say akwa o kan okore pa enti no eno na wasua na adwene mu no o hu ni say de o ye na say Otumfuo ani proof and you give me the proof and then we say akọ power or fire enko ba bia we hye ne dem ho a o wi akodi homos won say na yere ye Juni enti Jew for so say wo mani homos no de anya asem keto enti o wi akodi homos el na ama na to ne akasa ti akwa yi
ya bu chafo ni mo bibia atwe ni mo class na de we adredo bia ho ye tu ye di kan ka se NBC aba kela bia se na aba ya ba power nto be so di like oya adwuma masa wonya abotran nke na be boa wo kela se na de ya hwe yi a ye be wu o ye nyina be wu o say very careful nyi say nyina be wu aha na ni month for no asanzu good for na mo Obuasi na makum mini abosanga ni de ma ya de ye ni hwe be ka twere mo munkum ya sa efisa soldiers na ku omo mines for na ku omo bibesi wo afisipa bibesi wo ho ku efe na afisipa taakire yamfo adoroba operation we akoso wo ho no bibesi ewo sa area ha
afi mwate nipa na wo kasa no tamoti de wakan ni nyina wasanso wa kire next place o mo san akwa yesa de ni biem wa kire afi yente de Otumfuo ankasa kan we de mebo vir men kasa ti de Otumfuo
in relation to that. I'm also informed of the support that national security is being given to you. And I also had a briefing from the Army General Officer Commanding also about developments in the way they've put up security there. I'm also aware of the threats to your employees also. I've been briefed about that, and therefore that also the steps that you've taken to make sure that your workers and employees are also protected. Unfortunately, we don't have a minister for lands now. He's gone through vetting, because that's also another step where we will discuss broadly with the government in terms of policy in relation to illegal mining. The Galamsey issue also is another one. So I know that will come up after the minister is in place, and then we have very candid and thorough meeting with the president and the minister to see the way forward in relation to dealing with that. I recall in 2016 where this issue came up at that time, and I'm also saying that we should see the portion of about 60 acres or whatever to the illegal miners at that time and all that. In fact, there were vibes that even though Anglo Gold Owners is part, the portion didn't go to the people that were supposed to go to. And even though that was done, Anglo Gold honored their part, and we ceded the 60%, 60 whatever acres to whatever. So this all has been lingering, and people arguing that it didn't come to us, so we didn't have anywhere to go. And that is also not acceptable for people to take the law into their own hands to go and disturb legitimate business, which Anglo Gold and Obuasi are intertwined. The community relies on the mining company. The mining company also is there because it's for the community, and that it is not acceptable. People cannot just say that because we want to eat, we have to go to the mine. No, that cannot be done. We are not living in a banana republic. The law must be obeyed. Because if I'm living in my house here, this lease has been given to me. Someone just cannot walk in to say, I also want somewhere to live, and therefore I'm coming to live in your house. So these are all issues that we have to take up with the government in relation to the way forward. What do we do with this Galamsey issue? Unemployment and all that, yes, those are issues that we have to look at. So much as we have to look at it to see how best we can incorporate all these illegal miners, how can we...
Nana says, about what is the English translation for yo by the language? Yo. And do so kind of brofua. Yo no. with the bubble of Uma, yo.
Bring them into the mainstream. If we can allocate portions of concessions to the leaders, the gang leaders, those supposedly who lead them, and say, okay, you operate there, bring all these people there, and then look at what gold they produce and arrange to buy also from them and all that. Mainly, it might find a way to resolve these things. But doing illegal mining must not and it shouldn't be encouraged by anybody, not even the government, no matter what. And the change of government shouldn't give people the opportunity to say, because there's a change of government, we are going to misbehave or take the law into our own hands. That also should not be acceptable. We are living in the society where the law operates, and therefore I don't think this government would also encourage that to happen. And from what they've done so far within them, I know that they are not going to encourage that to happen no matter what. So we all will try to find solutions to this. Yes, unemployment. Yes, illegal mining is not acceptable. If those young ones who are there want job, we have to all plan together and think together and see how best we can incorporate them into whatever that we can. But, and then Asanko also had the same thing last year. A lease signed legally by the government to them like Uncle, and then people, illegal miners also going there with impunity to mine. And I can see why the Minerals Commission or whatever cannot take these things up. And so we all have to make sure that things are done appropriately and properly. The new government has not settled. Therefore, like I said, the direction as to how we're going to look at it is also something that we all will take it up and discuss closely and dearly with. But the security will still protect you, and I'm sure that within the next one. I know there were lingerings there, but community-wise, we still have to be talking to the Sarkin Zongo in Obuasi, for example, because I'm sure some of the people were Muslims, 7 of them or so Muslims, and therefore psychologically, I'm sure they're also maybe planning whatever it is. I don't know yet, but if we engage them in the community development and engagement and all that, we should find an amicable solution to that. At the same time, your community relations also must be backed up so that you can be able to meet them. Unfortunately, I don't know about job creation over there now in Obuasi. How is it impacting on the community in relation to work? You cannot create employment for everybody, but your community relations must be heightened in such a way that they will have a clear understanding of what you're doing. It's not just that Obuasi is there and there's money there and therefore we can develop the whole of Obuasi within one day. People should appreciate these things, and also because investments, the obligations to be met. And so the expectation from the community in relation to Obuasi is a big mine, the money should come to us. Well, that relation, we have to be able to bridge that education, bring education and everything for people to appreciate. What you have to do, you do. Community relation, you do schools, hospitals, and all that. All those things must be heightened for them to appreciate that this is what you do for the community. The royalties also, as it comes also, we should know how it's put in the district assemblies, the metropolitan assemblies also, whatever monies go to them, what do they use it for the community? All these things must be done for people to know that their royalties, whatever going to the district assemblies, is what they use for. Either for roads, for community schools and everything. So that people would appreciate that we are also benefiting indirectly from the operations of the community. I think one thing that you have to also look at going forward when the production goes again, it's the form of what Newman did, where you set aside an ounce of something in terms of money and then form a development.
Abusafo, ayo ndena media agora. Comment right where I see a case you na say yes. And Obiasi say muda ho, it is clear. I ati bibia Matthias. asema na aka ni o me bo am na sia ka be 4 minutes ehfa na artist na opemso pia na oka say aban foforo na abanti na ama nkofo ne koyesa brofo ya wo kan yi na se de bia Kelvin Taylor kan brofo de bia kan brofo ni pages na brofo kan oboa na kan brofo o pages na kan brofo na still want asi ne kura na say chairman
foundation together Anglo and the community.
And nkofo no ko ni page na omiti ho amenti ase mumbusa ne say Kelvin asema opemso kan ya ma obuafu a wo kekan semsi no bochire obi anso nkan hwe na so mo so na more fire. God bless you. You are saying the truth. More fire. Obi antime ehunu bibi an say bobase banano asem ne kire wi ase so sem do so.
So you get them involved and then they can decide if you want a hospital, if you want a school, if you want this. And that also will bring in the community involvement to understand and appreciate what you are doing. So Newmont has done that and it's very successful. It's there. So if we can be looking at all that in the way forward, it will be fine. So they have a blueprint. They set out an ounce of gold or something that in value of money. And they've set up a foundation with the community people involved, all the communities, the people are involved, and then they decide what that money will be used for. When they invest. So they use it, they've used it for various. Set up a technical school there, very Totroso, Afrisipa, and all those things. So they're all, it's more like we are all part of the Newmont operation. So if you look at it also that maybe the way for it. I know the operation has gone down a bit, but the time it will pick up because Obuasi is your flagship anyway. It's holding Anglo Gold seriously. It forms about 30-40% of the operation now. So it's a major asset. So let's look at it objectively on those lines also. And let us make sure that we involve the community in some form of foundation where we plan development programs together. Let them nominate some people from the community who will be part of that. Have for mind, they had Sarah Mensah and other people who were there. Indigenous people were well-educated people to meet with the community, and then they decided, together with Newmont, also appointed 1 or 2 people involved. And the way forward, they've planned so much, aside the royalties, aside whatever they have to do to them. And it's been doing well. So all those things could be done to bring the people, get them to have a feel of what the operations of the Obuasi is and the benefits they are getting from it. And I believe that if we can be looking at that, it should work out properly for us all. But meanwhile, we would follow developments with keen interest. I will be in touch and see how best you can be protected to be able to do your work uninterrupted, no interference and everything. And if people want to mine, illegally, not in your mine. If they want to do mine, they should. I think we have to group them and then also go to apply for concessions and do their mine, but not what has been allocated legally. And a company that's also invested, got investments and obligations to do with internationally also, because if you are not very careful, internationally these news go out that if you invest in Ghana, they're being disrupted by illegal mining and everything. We cannot attract any investments at all. These are all issues that we all have to bear in mind. So we make sure that much as we want investments, we also have an obligation to protect the investments for people to appreciate that if you go to Ghana, you can do business there and then your investments are protected. So that we would also take it up from here and support you. So you can count on my support every time. And I know that it shall come to pass. Dead, those who died, whatever, I'm sure no one wants any human being to die. I don't want to lose any human being. And the circumstances like this, it comes and then there's nothing one can do about it. So they also have our condolences and everything. Anything that you can do to support them, so you could do. But Again, legally, you have the right to operate. We can't support any illegality. So, for bringing this to my attention, and I can assure you that I'll be following that with keen interest to see how.
Asem wo pem so kan ye pa he fa pa no pem so make his statement ni say aban foforo abenti no mo yesa opem so ye sum wa uzikadwa ye sum wa unana nyame kesiro no uti ase ekra beti ase nyame wa asase so no ati ase when a Kelvin Taylor te ya minim de translative blofo man no say ne yire na wo ne yire no ye jiw ni ne translative man do so we dey ne translative yo e no kwatam sa de bi beto na nim editing ya wa yi obehekwa na nya joy for na post to obehekwa na nya joy news for na post to e na Kelvin kwatam beto ene na nya asem ketwa wo se ye ngya no na ne opem so kwa no so obechina use obani den you ade opem so say e politics ye take Kelvin.
It is. I'm very disappointed in the statement from Otumfuo. I am very disappointed. I am very, very disappointed because one, Obiani Walker said this action by the military or the men who went there, it was because of change in government. There's been no official statement from anywhere. Say abansi sayenti and amrantie no e call say omoko Anglo Ashanti site. So far until Otumfuo gives me proof. So for Otumfuo to politicize this matter, I am very disappointed in Manhyia. Because say asem say abano, it is not because of power that changed. It is an issue a esia nipa bi ekunipa sebio nipa so ebo mutoi and come here this show free Manhyia. I don't think say sebio ka Manhyia be ka asem o kan no e the politics abefra. I don't think say emrante no mko or say omko akobie Anglo Ashanti net no they were wearing NDC or MPP colors. These are young men who live in Obuasi. It is Otumfuo to attribute this to a change of government. And then I believe, with all due respect, Otumfuo said to Ankasaye. Yeah. There's some kind of hypocrisy in Otumfuo said to statements. Because if you want to look at the case critically or look at the issue critically, the issue here is why NMI instructions kun emrantiano. And then
John Mahama na commander in chief. So agwa when anti omo ye etitiri mugu niso mo he no ei ensem sia na moti o sa page niso ana wo ka da fufuru bia na wambo anchire na so wakasa na mo hwesa wa bro opem so obi ko opem so na ase ye de camera to twa ma na hwe Ghana nyina hwe no obi etima copy we abetu page so kan mo agye adi I see.
Bonnie Ben and Ranten here, soldier for end to me and use other means to stop them. The only thing they had to do was to shoot them. These are questions, basic questions everyone will be asking. Now, if Otumfuo said to two, catch say they see Obuasi AGA Galamseyers a change of government in the Debaya. Then in 2020, your boy nipa tuo techimano identity Otumfuo ankasa. Say a change of government about 2 months 70 and a boy nipa tuo for about 4 years. Otumfuo said to never spoke on Techiman South killings. Asantibemu yetna Asantibemu ebo nipa nsu tuo. Otumfuo did not see the need to speak on it. Even though it was a different matter, but a war asem na yeka. Why is Otumfuo so eager to jump the gun to tell us say what happened? You know it.
Minim se wa bon sa da bia mete so kan blofo minim so what blofo eni anya se ye be kan blofo ni bio oh no na se ye de hu bagim na se blofo akwa we kan nyina won te blofo no ka blofo e se ye be kan blofo ni bo page we so what I say ye be kan blofo ni bi se Hebrew kra ne ye pa ye be kan bi wa bon papa enti we na nkofo trend this video we Mumu is say papa bo video no ma yenti Otumfuo ka say camera si ni so weti mama akwa we aba be kan say mu ya kire mu ama ma je adi wa bon papa Kelvin Taylor ebusiafo Kelvin Taylor and somebody abetu ni oso opem so ese asem na ese ni ya political ma bo video yi nyina menesi mo ankasa matin sem opem so kan mote politics bi wo mu a ende ya mo amasem se mo ante politics bi wo mu so a eno so ya mo amasem ba se mi metie a menimu yi die mentiri bia video ya mbo manti wo bia so opem so say ya politics Kelvin Taylor de o say ya politics enye na menim so wa bonsa eno so ka brofo di dwani pa so mu sa ye nyina brofo ye de ya no betu ye se be ka brofo ni bi obon for me be subscribe to channel we but omuni notifications me ba live for anase me post video to ma hunu me video nhwe eti en wan se obekọ YouTube no so wabọ me din Ekonaba TV no ebe yi aba eyi ba no wabọ me video ba akoso obọ me video ba akoso a se won subscribe ya no wamia subscribe button no so se won subscribe so no wamia adoma no so to all notification we ye ne sa na se me the video tumu a obọ se won sabe kana won so wanya bi ahwe se de be ya me ba obehu mi nti no mia adoma no so na Facebook kai so be like me page no se de be ya me video bi a me post bi ansa betimi aka bi betimi akọ settings e wo phone no so na wa mia settings no akọ notification na afi wakọ mia YouTube no wo dia to notification button to wa mia to ho se de be ya me ba live wa benya me nti na me kire sa no ma we nyina me serew se wonya ne sa ye ne sa se won subscribe to me channel so subscribe to channel se de be video to ma unsa betimi akabi medase kofo me bra subscribe to channel we but omuni notifications me ba live
abonei wa we that minti Kelvin Taylor dia on Sobrofo on Sobrofo there is a difference between spoken English and written English.
Oh, okay.
No bisa okasa they make analysis very clear, even brief but clear, and it makes sense. Kelvin Taylor dia empty barrel. He just spilled trash. Okasa designed on Okasa because a lot of people who go on his platform want to pocket. Kelvin Sobrofo, Kelvin Kede, in some American, I am saying, Okasa for the sake of talking. Because communication, it should carry some substance. It should be something that somebody will get an idea of what you are saying that makes sense. And that provides a message. In your communication, you are just talking for the sake of talking. Now, why change you catch literature? Now, English language important to find body literature, different speeches. Niya was antonym, synonym, simile, metaphor. Kelvin Taylor on your metaphor. Kelvin Taylor on your irony. On your baby dama. On your machine, don't waste your energy. And some Otumfuo okay. Akoshi be no. As some are okay. One can day change of government. Only na visitors na one more crow. No, you will reason come. As some okay, but pay and cash and biala or diverty or political a bialo. As some children on you call for work, you will reason come. If I been to 10 bia one for the day, we want to be none with they see. No, why should I hope? Let me join this one. Me chair them say anything about them. Because there was a time and let me tell you, I don't want some propaganda could say, well, you know what? Kick back a walk above what British by force on ye. What would they English? And so ye. Now, ship propaganda, and I mean, say one, mean page, a joy news, mean say TV3. I'm a media. The propaganda news, a Ekonaba program.
Wow.
Meantime, because I'm dead. Yes, if you want back. I don't gain anything from listening to Ghana news. Just a call about the bar. Let me tell you even what is going on over there.
Wow.
And I do me a pop-up information substantive. Let me tell you. Other than that, I'm so many years I'm over 20 years I'm don't care there. Rainbow Sadina was our UK and may tune in, may say be order. Never. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Because as soon as that, na cry tano, na notification, na in some who say, I mean, benefit. And I don't listen to such nonsense from any quarters. A powerful program do me another pop-up to be baba, make sure infrastructure one. Let me read on the internet. But then may tune in them case join is for what? One can answer same dialogue, but I mean, home fashion. Mubufu. Oh, I see no 2-4K. Say, okay, the crown pa. Made you know, Koffman work on there 8 years to come out one. It's a 1 hour and a walk. Now patient by Jim Benny. I said, okay, no for maybe I'll forward them. And say back to Framma. Nature that Uncofu, which one AC, Papa, why shall I hold that? Then you mean 40 them. I don't think Cofu Pado to Papa in Chichufo. No, not Otumfuo. We mean 40 day. No, senior today. Obi gentleman. I been said, oh, baby, in Sonkonuma, what per day, what in Sonkon shows, what was the name of the Chufo. Kelvin Taylor, what papa saw also your hand, and the bread papa, papa, while I'm a guy, while I'm a Ghana man. Shall you could simple papa, wait to my sponsor there, or your Juman, I'd wear you may be no arm and donkey. Nice saying that. So, come on, with genius, sit up, listen to it carefully. But they be on the gig, and your neck, or two for NDC. Now, NDC is a one away we're gonna one. Can you tell anyone? An answer. Why they want to moment when you're honest to ourselves for once to make Ghana a better place? Because you do, whoa, it's one kind of call. And some obey, what could child him? Yancy. They can be telling you, Yansa. And I think that you have to apply it there. And often they were wrong to encroach. So when you became meeting, we catch fence and what you have to go through the main gate. Come walk forward. Even director and our manager when you became the meeting. Then you became meeting. Do you carry weapon with you? Now look, some questions what they be someone. Let's say you be a penocola each one for. The one of the Queen, why ye? The military has to defend themselves. Ghanaians, 80% are defending the military. They did the right thing. They did the right thing. We're in Kochi. Or been a private land, no crowd, or your public area. On your football pit, no crowd, no football pit, do a public, they encroach, and yet also encroaching the main gate, what kind of fence? The fence, why let you find, why let you keep to one into a better? Why let you find fence, Nina? If someone let you keep to one, you learn sense. Next time you didn't encroach. And what they get now, they cover it. It's welcome, surface the wall cover, but down deep in, it's the other, you go to my sink. And to do not trespass, Musa, or when never trespass, Nanda Yabano, why Banibia Mahama was not sworn in as the president of the NDC, he was sworn in as the president of Ghana. I'm because say, Mempe Mahamu, will be some who is the current president of Ghana, Mahama Nizina Mobo. Menka Kande, me support NDC or Yama president, me Yadani, he's the president of Ghana. Now, me expect that Joel could be Mahama Butuma Banu condemn. Joel could be I'm sitting to condemn it. New Minister for Defense must condemn. And why NDC or say because why need tickets to the action police? Umbra condemn. And when you all kept quiet, indicating that from a family yet, Muna Musha needs to piano one kay. Now what's I now why Sammy James, or could the tabla 1 year university, 1 year Chimabiala will contribute to the tax rate office. Shaja Pazo. It's not runs us, no, a doctor, and then practice no practice. And Suzanne Oya, or I need to share Japan, but from Kakamokita. Oh, wait, you quite at you. If you tell the man basketball part of ya. And you are doing rough jobs for these people to enjoy. Why don't you sit up and wise up? And to Kelvin Taylor, man, it's not America, one and spill trash. Or too far smoking. Then you work at the change of government in a wabanda. And when you walk and one work and the change of government, they have the right to encroach. And they do according to the consequences. And so you won't from a country. Now you should about to Otumfuo, brother Bakasa. Brother Bakasa, my you're there, a dollar can there, or once some day being cut there, you shall pay for that the way Jimmy, you be to not swim one country or there, or soft pastor, where Jimmy. I'm surprised nobody told you. And you know, somebody be showing one the pastor, Jimmy, no. Somebody should have told you. Oh, when you work cousins at the angel and Deborah, what about power? It's a Ghana by your day. Yes. To the woman, politicians are worse more solid than what Mamma. Kofi was so UK. Brother by one with UK. Why don't you remember? Brother by one with UK. And Saba say, one mass Somuji, Umbra. Now, Otumfuo, no Biala the papa or dream coach Otumfuo. Me biara nde that papa me go to from them there or a neutral. Or one day party or support, but or a neutral. Or go to about or be a definitely about to amen. Name Ghana who nodge. Ghana man who nodge. Only a look of our notch, only he call for notch. Or be a party there and go so nation. Nipano I did a call in Japan. And this and go so nation. And people and go so nation. Nala, no, ye, never pour the okra, or do harbor, what's on go to your duty. It's one job, Panama, on share, on general, no share mesna, as Santamana Ghana man, in your pepper be baba.
All right.
Never Jana name coach choo for. Yabiana Fanny, Yabiana papa, now Fanny. Kelvin Taylor, well, pump out to Pashi. And young papa now Fanny, what papa might see, or your rough knock at the child for soap. No, what person that could the child for the local court. What papa knew you soon would saw your inner said you in June when it's sooner on your powder. Or one June would they, Maban, Ocean, for papa and Robert, Senator Obi Catcher. Or not to be called on Jacka. The man in your shop catcher, the Jacka. I hope I disappear for seeing Jacka, yan saying Jacka, that's she and the qualca. Then the quality she and Chum for the quala or Dwayne. The Gabanats will be a woman quality or battle tata. Now consider Dosso. I'll consider Dosso. And this be able to anaka soldier from Ryan. No, you be a sebio on jet. No saying in its room. One job on open, what the Major Muhammad was one lesson from it. One lesson from it. Apart from the point that what God walk, no more encroacher. No, well, but some mamma. Okay. No question, the message of the quay. Hey, you want to be a meeting. And what Muhammad? And now they say, don't catch either. And now she Corteza. Akufo-addo. And then some winning in. My the work could be not niche. You always a you who see the compounder on your sister. You probably go to my obey your to the defender or the bridge. If you want to one
Confirm me bra subscribe to channel we but omu ni notifications me ba live for anase me post video to ma omu hunu me video nhwe etian wan se obekọ YouTube no so wabọ me din Ekonaba TV no ebe yi aba eyi ba no wabọ me video ba akoso obo me video ba akoso a se won subscribe ya no amia subscribe button no so se won subscribe so no amia adoma no so to all notification we ye ne sa na se me the video tumu a obo se won sa be kana won so wanya bi ahwe se de be ya me ba obehu mi nti no mia adoma no so na Facebook kai so be like me page no se de be ya me video bi a me post bi ansa betimi aka bi betimi akọ settings e wo phone no so na wa mia settings no akọ notification na afi wakọ mia YouTube no wo dia to notification button to wa mia to ho se de be ya me ba live wa benya me nti na me kire sa no ma we nyina me serew se wonya ne sa ye ne sa se won subscribe to me channel so a subscribe to channel se de me video to ma unsa betimi aka bi me da se.
How to use the laser home kit. First, apply the gel directly to the tooth surface as demonstrated on the video. Second, connect the light to your phone using the USB provided. Leave the light shining on your teeth for 16 minutes. Fourth, rinse your mouth and the mouthpiece with water, cold water. And lastly, smile. Using the toothpaste separately. Brush twice daily with the toothpaste. Bear in mind, this product is not suitable for pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers, and children under 18 years old. Enjoy!
I am so pair a sifita structure of body, and the enough unique laser whiten. Any tea stains, coffee stains, smoking stains beer, unique laser whitening product. Ebe yini ne free summer come. The oyan is so befraying. I was 079-9979-2330. Unique laser whitening or say Muni Seso.
Unique. Penifose bibio wi asentine da ni atopnum na ne pabone fonti e wo se mo bambo hu hia na me papa mu de Pro Technologies ana me kan fama wo ane Pro Technologies. We are specialized in both sales and installation of CCTV cameras. Yeton esa install CCTV cameras in the South Ghana and NASA brochure now fear Ghana. Now pursue CCTV camera installation. We need Pro Technologies and then Sawaso. We get CCTV camera installation, electric fence, automated gate, access control, video doorbell, and our intercom, and our satellite TV, home theater, so upebiato, and our water, and our pesebe install them out. Pro Technologies and our software. Na shene so. Say a video nyina from America brochime. And this and papa na opedia. Men nwene ho. Na ne bo anso da form. Make sure you know the web brochime mu ha. Any a branch e wo Ghana. Ye ni mo bra wo bre. Into sika fire nsem. Se fanya japade ma wo Ghana. Wo da. Na ne etene say yes general construction. So web brochire na peso si fi o Ghana. E dan plan bi o peso si. Se wa sha se dada. Ana afi na peso si. Plan bia ye besi ama eno echi so here solar power ana bamba won sensem bi ade woni ye ni nsawoso ne esanso ye smart home abefo fidie bi apese hye e wo fie ana watwuma mo de ma wo woni ye ni nsawoso we are just a call away ne esanso wadan de ma han ana ofre brochire bedu Ghana na wo pe full house room ana apartment ahan for short term ana long term ye be ma obiane border form na bamba won sem de menwene ho enna ye interior decoration so wasi fie na wie ana yasu fie na ma no yes sign decoration ye besiese odie ana office o e dia ma no edi so to mfidie bi na wo hokun fa so install ana ne settings ye beye e dia ma e wo Ghana ubehu yen wo mre ofra denta e de wani a che dodowa ubehu ye e wo ahie ye ne Emerlin pharmacy and what the same building. For information or WhatsApp 401-7570-300 and a plus 401-6992-254. Pro Technologies. We have the solutions for your security and home entertainment needs at affordable prices.